Every major technological shift has reshaped company size. During the Industrial Revolution, factories grew as machines required human coordination. In the computer age, headcount expanded to manage information. Today, artificial intelligence is reversing that trend. History shows technology first creates jobs, then compresses them. AI represents the first system capable of reducing both labor and coordination simultaneously, changing how organizations fundamentally operate. For decades, large teams were a competitive advantage. More employees meant more output, faster execution, and broader control. Corporations optimized for scale by adding layers of management. According to OECD data, organizational complexity increased steadily from the 1970s onward. Size was stability. But that assumption relied on humans being the primary coordination mechanism, a role AI is now replacing. Economists have long known that coordination is expensive. Meetings, reporting, approvals, and supervision consume time without producing value. McKinsey estimates that managers spend up to 60% of their time on coordination tasks. Historically, this cost was unavoidable. AI changes this equation by automating scheduling, prioritization, reporting, and decision support at near-zero marginal cost. In the past, efficiency meant doing more with larger teams. Today, efficiency means doing more with fewer people. The World Economic Forum reports that over 75% of companies plan to adopt AI to improve productivity rather than expand hiring. Growth is no longer measured by headcount, but by output per employee. This shift quietly forces organizations to shrink. Unlike past recessions, many recent layoffs occurred during profitable periods. IMF analysis shows that AI-driven automation often coincides with rising revenue, not decline. Companies are not failing, they are restructuring. Redundant roles disappear while systems take over coordination. This explains why layoffs feel sudden but unemotional. They are optimization events, not emergency responses. AI does not replace workers directly. It replaces the need to manage them. Intelligent systems now assign tasks, monitor progress, flag risks, and summarize outcomes. McKinsey reports that automation can handle up to 70% of routine managerial activities. When coordination becomes software-driven, layers of supervision lose their purpose, forcing companies to reduce size. Middle management grew to translate strategy into execution. AI now performs this translation instantly. The OECD notes that roles centered on information relay are the most exposed to automation. As AI absorbs planning and oversight, organizations flatten. Fewer intermediaries are required. This is not a cultural choice. It is a structural consequence of faster, cheaper coordination. Large teams slow decision-making. AI-enabled companies prioritize speed instead of scale. The World Economic Forum shows firms using AI make operational decisions up to 50% faster. Speed reduces the need for committees, reviews, and approvals. As execution accelerates, maintaining large staffs becomes a liability. Shrinking becomes a rational strategy, not a defensive one. Previous downsizing cycles reversed once growth returned. This time is different. AI systems improve continuously, lowering coordination costs every year. The IMF warns that productivity gains from AI are cumulative, not temporary. Once a company restructures around automation, rehiring becomes unnecessary. Shrinking is not a phase. It is a new operating model. AI is not eliminating work. It is eliminating organizational friction. Companies shrink because coordination no longer requires humans at scale. Understanding this shift is critical for leaders, workers, and investors navigating the future of work. If this documentary helps clarify these changes, consider subscribing. It supports deeper research and more long-form analysis like this. AI-driven shrinking affects white-collar roles first. Unlike manual automation, AI targets information work. The OECD reports that nearly 40% of jobs in advanced economies are highly exposed to AI-driven automation. These roles often involve analysis, coordination, and reporting. As AI systems absorb these functions, companies reduce staff without disrupting core production or revenue streams. Meetings are a hidden expense. McKinsey estimates that large organizations spend over 20% of collective working time in meetings. AI systems now summarize discussions, assign actions, and track outcomes automatically. When information flows are automated, the need for constant human synchronization declines. Fewer meetings reduce the need for large teams built around alignment rather than execution. Hiring was once the default response to growth. Today, companies automate first. The World Economic Forum notes that a majority of executives now view AI as a substitute for additional headcount, not a supplement. This reverses decades of organizational behavior. Growth no longer implies expansion. It implies better systems, tighter processes, and smaller, more focused teams. Labor is the largest expense for most firms. AI alters this balance. According to IMF research, automation lowers variable labor costs while increasing fixed technology investment. Over time, this favors lean organizations with high output per worker. Large workforces become financially inefficient. Shrinking improves margins even when demand remains stable or grows. Not all work is equal. Creation produces value. Coordination enables it. AI disproportionately replaces coordination. McKinsey identifies task orchestration, reporting, and scheduling as among the most automatable activities. When coordination costs fall, companies no longer need excess staff to maintain alignment. Teams contract until only value-creating roles remain. AI accelerates the flattening of corporate structures. Hierarchies evolve to manage information delays. AI removes those delays. OECD studies show that digitally advanced firms operate with fewer management layers. Decision authority moves closer to execution. As hierarchies collapse, the justification for large organizational charts disappears, reinforcing the trend towards smaller companies. Historically, productivity gains led to expansion. AI breaks this link. The IMF reports that AI-driven productivity growth does not require proportional employment growth. Output rises while headcount remains flat or declines. This decoupling explains why economic growth can coexist with shrinking workforces, a pattern increasingly visible across advanced economies. Shrinking is no longer episodic. AI systems evolve continuously, prompting ongoing organizational adjustment. The World Economic Forum describes this as permanent restructuring. Companies regularly reassess roles as automation improves. Stability gives way to constant optimization. In this environment, maintaining excess staff becomes increasingly difficult to justify over time. Even companies resistant to downsizing face pressure. When competitors operate with leaner teams and lower costs, inefficiency becomes visible. McKinsey research shows AI adopters outperform peers on speed and margin. Market forces reward efficiency. Shrinking spreads not by ideology, but by competition, as firms adapt to survive. The reduction in company size reflects a structural transition, not a temporary correction. AI replaces the economic need for large-scale coordination. As this reality settles in, shrinking becomes normalized. Understanding this shift is essential for interpreting layoffs, reorganizations, and the future shape of companies in an AI-driven economy. The primary beneficiaries of shrinking are highly automated firms. McKinsey finds that companies integrating AI deeply into operations achieve up to 40% higher productivity gains than peers. These firms require fewer employees to deliver the same output. Capital efficiency improves, decision cycles shorten, and margins expand. Shrinking becomes a strategic advantage rather than a defensive response. AI disproportionately empowers small teams. The World Economic Forum reports that AI enables individuals to perform tasks previously requiring entire departments. When tooling replaces manpower, scale shifts from people to systems. Small teams move faster, adapt quicker, and incur less risk. This allows them to compete directly with larger organizations despite limited headcount. Founders, engineers, and operators gain leverage in shrinking companies. OECD analysis shows demand rising for roles that design, supervise, and integrate AI systems. These individuals multiply output rather than manage people. As coordination costs fall, influence concentrates among those who control systems, not those who oversee large teams. Roles built around supervision, reporting, and internal alignment face the highest exposure. The IMF notes that middle management and administrative functions are among the most affected by AI-driven restructuring. These roles exist primarily to coordinate human activity. When AI assumes this function, their economic justification weakens rapidly. Middle layers once stabilized organizations. AI destabilizes them. McKinsey research shows flatter firms respond faster to market change. As AI delivers real-time visibility and decision support, upper management bypasses intermediate layers. This accelerates shrinking by removing entire tiers rather than individual roles. Leadership shifts from people management to system oversight. The World Economic Forum emphasizes that future leaders will manage AI-driven processes, not large teams. Strategic thinking, ethical judgment, and system design replace headcount control. As leadership changes, the need for expansive organizational structures continues to decline. Shrinking depends on trust in automation. OECD studies show firms reduce staff only after confidence in AI reliability increases. Once systems prove consistent, human redundancy becomes visible. Trust accelerates contraction. Companies that trust AI shrink faster than those that hesitate, widening performance gaps across industries. AI makes labor more elastic. The IMF highlights that firms increasingly rely on smaller cores supplemented by tools rather than permanent staff. Employment adjusts dynamically to system capacity. This flexibility lowers long-term labor commitments and reinforces the preference for smaller, adaptable organizations over large, rigid ones. Shrinking does not imply decline. Many firms shrink while growing revenue. McKinsey documents companies reducing headcount while increasing output through automation. This challenges traditional assumptions about size and success. In the AI era, resilience comes from efficiency, not scale, reshaping how performance is measured. AI is not forcing companies to shrink out of fear, but out of logic. Coordination no longer requires people at scale. As systems replace structure, organizations contract naturally. This transition is structural, data-driven, and irreversible. To follow deep, factual analysis on AI and the future of work, subscribe and stay informed.